Hey, what's happening, gamers? I'm Kwing, and we are just 2 days away from Arkham Knight releasing, and something keeps bothering me about Arkham Knight's true identity. He seems like a brand new character, especially after, how the prequel comics have been going. However, his mannerisms just keep bothering me. How he speaks about Batman like he actually knows who the guy is under the mask. And most importantly, how recently he saved the Batman's life from a duel between Poison Ivy and Bane. For me, that was the final bit of info that I needed to unmask the Arkham Knight. And I am 90% certain, 85-90% certain that I know who the fake Batman really is. If you don't want the game spoiled for you, don't watch past this point. And my gut is just telling me that Jason Todd is the Arkham Knight. Now, how did I figure this out? Now, keep in mind, I could very well be wrong, but I don't think I am. Much like how, the Joker is dead in the Arkham universe, Jason Todd is dead, or at least was, in the Arkham universe. Now, Joker was very proud for the fact that he killed a Robin during Death in the Family, which the Arkham games has mentioned in little cameos and Easter eggs throughout the series. Well, of course, not during Arkham Origins, but you get where I'm going. Joker loves to tease Batman in Arkham Asylum that he doesn't have a sidekick anymore because, well, he blew up! So if that's not a reference to Death in the Family, I don't know what is in Arkham Asylum. Now, in Arkham City, when Tim is around and being introduced, he's mostly doing small errands for the Batman. He's not allowed to help Batman on his quest. He's not allowed to do this and that. Batman is ordering him around, go do this, and then go back to the Batcave and monitor the situation. He doesn't trust Robin. In a sense, it's not that he really doesn't like Tim. He's very protective of Tim because of what happened to Jason. And even the comics, the Unhinged, I believe is a series, prove this to be true, since Tim would actually train with Nightwing in the comics together and then go out on patrol. He's not really doing many things alone like he did in the 90s comics, where he kind of had that solo thing after Azrael went insane. And also, Jason Todd never comes up in conversation between the two Robins, since he was the failed Robin and Dick Grayson is the success. However, what's interesting is the Jason Todd suit is in its memorial place in the Batcave. Just like in Injustice and all the other, Batman video games, it's there. But Batman never talks about Jason. Why is this? Is because Jason was his greatest failure. Keeping the suit as a reminder of that is to both honor the memory of Todd and swear never to make the same mistakes. Now, as for in-game proof in the series, in Arkham City during the challenge maps, when you play as Robin, Joker will say various things about Robin being alive, like he's completely shocked to see Robin in front of him. Then he's like, oh well, it's a new guy, I'll probably kill him later. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, here's Robin.
Who's brave enough to come here and pick a fight? What? Didn't I kill you already? No? Well, there's always time, right? Ladies and gentlemen, put your hands together for Robin!
So, right there, those little tidbits prove to me that Todd was already in the Arkham universe, before the events of Arkham Asylum. So, how did he return to life? Well, like the comics, the League of Shadows, or Assassins, whichever works for you, use the Lazarus Pit to restore Jason Todd back to life, which makes the most sense. And it also connects the Wayne and Al Ghul family even more in this Arkham universe, if it's true. Talia even teases Bruce about something that's always bothered me about another man that exists to carry on the will of Ra's al Ghul. Now, many think she's actually referring to her own father, but I don't think that's what she was talking about. I think she was talking about the fallen son of Batman. Now remember, in the Under the Hood film, Ra's al Ghul has actually brought Jason back to life to make him alive and well again, to present him back to the Dark Knight as a means to apologize for the clown's recklessness, because he hired Joker to distract Batman, not kill his son. However, the pit caused Jason to go completely insane, and having, totally tainted Batman's ward, Ra's then leaves Batman alone for years after as a means of penance. I totally screwed up, I'm not gonna mess with Batman anymore because I can't return to him what he lost. the Arkham games could easily use this storyline to some degree. Now, I know what you're going to say. In Arkham City, both Ra's and Talia did die. That is true. However, the bodies vanish, and the pits are probably elsewhere in the Arkham universe, not just in Gotham City. But seeing either character reappear in the game is probably going to be a stretch. However, I think the Arkham Knight is going to mention something about the Al Ghuls. Jason somehow will return to Gotham as the Red Hood, causing mischief like we saw in the Red Hood reveal trailer a little while ago, how Red Hood is in Gotham killing mobsters. Now, they never say that it happens during the time of Arkham Knight, so keep that in mind. But it would not be difficult for Jason to find one of Batman's many bunkers and make himself into, a variation of Batman. He's actually done it before. Remember, the Arkham universe minus Origins is taking a lot of ideas from pre-52 and pre-Zero Hour Batman comics, not the new 52. Even some Timverse stuff too, if you think about it, which I really don't mind, to be honest. Now, during Battle for the Cowl, where Bruce was killed by Darkseid, more or less, and Todd takes up his birthright as a gun-toting lethal madman, Batman, killing foes left and right and even maiming allies, until, of course, Dick Grayson totally kicks his butt and reclaims the mantle, becoming Gotham's newest protector, and Batman Reborn. Yes, I did that because it's the name of the series, Reborn. Now, keep in mind, the Red Hood DLC, again, doesn't say anything about the challenge map or storyline taking place during the main story or prequel comics for Arkham Knight. They are so vague about what's going on. All we know is he's offing black mask thugs, and they're doing that on purpose, ladies and gentlemen. See, my theory is Jason returns to Gotham as the Red Hood, but Batman is way too busy tracking down Hush after the events of Arkham City or doing something else like what was going on after Joker died in Batman Unhinged or whatever it was called. If you remember the comics in Quing's Revenge, Batman isn't really being a team player anymore and is very distracted. I mean, he's easily kidnapped by Harley Quinn of all people. And, she really doesn't have the talent to do that at that point in time. Batman just can't think straight. Now, Jim, at the end of Quing's Revenge, is talking with Robin, asking him, is there something wrong with your boss? Which Robin kind of shrugs it off like, nah, he's fine, he's just Batman. But the way he looks at Bruce, flying off, something is not right between the dynamic duo. Now, this is a key reason why I believe the Bat family plays a bigger role and is introduced more in Arkham Knight, is because Bruce is losing his edge and withdrawing further into himself. Also, he's probably being tormented by the Joker, who's dead, so Batman's going even more insane. Anyway, to draw some attention to himself, I believe Todd finds a Bat bunker, becomes the Arkham Knight, and carries out his dark version of justice as a means to say, hey Dad, I'm back and I'm killing the different people that you never could. Like he did with Electrocutioner, Tweedledee twins, and many more characters in the prequel comics. Now, I did my best to believe that Arkham Knight was a new character like Rocksteady said. And if not for this prequel comic series, I really thought this could have been a brand new character. But the way he stalks Batman, the way he knows every single move and method of the Dark Knight, and then just kind of tweaks stuff by offing people, is totally Jason Todd under the mask. It has to be. What throws everyone off, though, was what Rocksteady themselves have said for years, and they say this over and over again in every interview. Arkham Knight is a brand new character, which then made people think about the whole Cadmus clone of Bruce Wayne or Joker being the Arkham Knight. But again, a clone of Bruce or the Joker wouldn't say, hey old man, or torment Batman the way a younger former sidekick would, which is definitely Arkham Knight's MO. Which I'm sure the clone thing could still play out in some respects since Cadmus posters are shown in Quing's Revenge, but I still want to think that's the possibility for like a Batman Beyond game later on, which would make more sense to have Cadmus involved in that. But in reality, what the developer means, and I really believe this, is Arkham Knight is a brand new persona for Jason Todd, which is fine and works for the Arkham games, actually. I think part of the reason the game is rated M2 is we'll actually see a flashback of Death in the Family, something that's been Easter egged in the previous games but never shown. It's a very graphic scene and probably crucial to the main story. but it just really pushes the envelope. Now remember, the reason for the rating was Rocksteady said there are key scenes that are crucial to the story, and if removed, it would hurt the overall outcome of the game. Now, what could that be, ladies and gentlemen? What about the possibility of Joker killing a Robin? Now, torturing a child and then murdering them is a very difficult thing to do without an M rating, and removing that element from the game's story would lessen the final reveal of who the Arkham Knight is. That emotional connection to the character and what happened to him to cause him on this path of destruction was totally in the Under the Hood film, and it was important to Todd's character overall. It played with the audience's heartstrings, making people kind of relate to Todd's situation, even though, you know, he's going about it the wrong way. But you can see he's crying out and he's desperate for love and attention. But what I don't understand, if Todd is the Arkham Knight, why is he after Batman in the Arkham games? Why is he working with Batman's enemies? He's an anti-hero, yeah, but he's not really a villain. He can't stand them, you know? He fought against Batman because the Joker was still breathing. He can understand Harvey Dent still being alive, or Scarecrow, or Bane, but why the Joker? Now in this universe, Joker is dead, and most people in Gotham and that universe think Joker was killed by the Batman in the conclusion to Arkham City. Wouldn't Todd be happy his father killed the man who took him from him, instead of destroying his very legacy? Now another thing that could be the reason is the Lazarus Pit may be responsible for the Dr. Jekyll personality for Arkham Knight, meaning Jason is not the same Jason that Batman once knew. There's elements of Jason, but now he's completely nutsoid. Another thing that really bothers me while we wrap up, how did Jason get an army? Is it from the League of Assassins? Is he the new leader now or something, ready to purge Gotham by fire? Did he steal Bane's army? I just really don't get that. And in the comics, Arkham Knight has no army right now. He's just going around killing former Batman villains and, you know, kind of setting traps for Batman, like blowing up Arkham Asylum and blowing up parts of Arkham City and, you know, putting things in Batman's GPS to lead him somewhere. He doesn't have an army yet, so how does he get all those things? There's so many questions that I really don't understand, but I'm sticking to my gut, vast knowledge of the Dark Knight, that Jason Todd is the Arkham Knight. And I'm sorry, but the clone thing just really doesn't work, and I don't side with any of the Arkham community on that. Again, Batman Beyond spin-off or some type of Justice League thing, that would work. But think about having a son of Batman return and do the opposite of his father. Now that's a much more compelling storyline that could lead to the Cape Crusader's death right there. Anyway, ladies and gentlemen, we're done. Now I want to hear from all of you. Do you think Jason Todd is the Arkham Knight like me, or do you think he's still someone else? Let me know in the comments below. Feel free to open the floodgates of discussion. Share this video like crazy to all your friends and discuss, and I'm really curious what you guys will come up with, but I think that's what we're going to find out when Arkham Knight releases this Tuesday. Also, if you want to check out my Let's Play channel, we'll be doing Batman Rise of Sinzu, where Amber and I will be playing as Batman, Robin, Nightwing, and Batgirl on the old GameCube game, and it's a lot of fun. But anyway, God bless and happy gaming. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you all Tuesday. Bye-bye.